If you can't figure out what to make for dinner tonight, have some Mississippi pot roast. It's Jen again. Let me show you how to make the most tender, delicious pot roast you've ever had. Start with a 3-pound chuck roast. You want to dry the meat off with a paper towel. For the meat police, first of all, pause, but secondly, I'm not washing my meat because it's direct from farmer. Just because you consume that meat that's been fingered by factory employees doesn't mean that I do. Now we're going to be searing this chuck roast, so you want to just add salt and pepper in the beginning. Add an extremely generous amount, and I'm only going to add it to the first side. I'm going to take the seasoned side and press it into my greased hot pan. The pressing motion is going to create a sear. This is what helps develop that dark, delicious crust you see on every steak and pot roast. While the first side is searing, you can go ahead and add salt and pepper to the second side. You know the meat is done searing when you can easily lift it off the pan. If it feels like the meat is being pulled back by the pan, then it's not ready to be moved. Do the same thing to the other side and then throw it in the crock pot when both sides are seared. Using that same pan, we're going to get that fond off and create our homemade au jus. With the pan on medium-high, you want to add 1 cup of bone broth. Go ahead and heavily season with everything listed on the screen. You're not going to bring this to a boil or anything. You're just going to season it and allow the burnt bits from the meat to come off the pan. That's the fond, which holds a lot of flavor. Once the fond has been removed, add the gravy to the crock pot over the meat. Add about a cup of your favorite pickled peppers. I used hot wax just because I had some in the fridge. Then take a full stick of butter and let that sit on the meat so it melts down in the crock pot. You're going to cook this on low for 8 hours, and halfway through you're going to go in, baste the meat with some of the gravy, and add 1 quart of potatoes. If you're not using canned potatoes, you want to add this at the same time that you start the crock pot. Canned potatoes are already fully cooked, so you just want to heat them up. I paired this meal with a little bit of corn and a few biscuits. And I've got to say, y'all, this is one of my favorite go-to meals. When I tell you I used to not know how to cook at all, we were eating Chick-fil-A every single day. And then I made this from scratch one time. While it was extremely intimidating because it's a pot roast, those are auntie meals, it was also extremely easy once I figured out what I was doing. Let me know if y'all try this recipe and follow for more home cooking like this.